this is the different organization structures in general. See, in the practical world, there can be more organization structures, but at a high level, we are just looking at the commonly available or used organization structure. So before we complete the entire, all these structures, I would suggest do not compare with your organization structure and try to come to a conclusion. Just be with me. Okay, so let's go with the first organization structure, functional. Functional organization structure, as you see here, the entire organization would be decomposed or structured around departments. For example, finance department, HR department, IT department, operations department, and so on. And each of the department would be headed by a functional manager. Okay, see, mostly an organization whose business is operations, an organization whose business is operations, and they are not into project, right? Their main bread and butter, is not projects but operations. So such type of organizations have functional organization. So let us look into further details about this. Let's take for example, let's take this is a HR department. HR manager is heading the HR department. And now this here, the projects will be mostly internal, right? So let's take, as I mentioned, this is a HR department, human resource HR department headed by the HR manager. So now maybe there is a tool which has been used or a process which has been used in the HR department, which they want to automate, or they want to restructure their process. In that case, they are identifying a project, and the functional manager would be taking care of the project, right? In this case, a HR manager will take care of the project. So the HR manager will take care of projects as well as his regular HR department work. So he is going to do a dual role. He takes care of HR department work as well as the project. Once the project is over, he is going to continue his HR work. Got it? And to look at the skill set of the HR manager, in this case, he would be a domain expert. In this case, he will be an expert in HR management, but he may not be a project management expert. Right? Got it? Because he is not going to do projects always, right? Once in a while, whenever there is some process improvement or some glitches have been identified, he is going to work on a project. So the HR manager, the functional manager, may not be a project management expert, but he would be a domain expert. That is one. Second, see, he is only going to own the project, and he may be supported by his staff, his reportees. Okay. And the functional manager, in this case, functional organization, the learnings from the project management stays within the department. See, because they are all going to work in silo. This is HR department. This is finance department, for example, right? This is operations or IT department. Everyone are going to work in silo. So the learnings stays within the department. Got it? I hope you are clear on the functional organization. So I'll move to the other organization structure, projectized organization. So when we are talking about projectized organization, here their main business is projects, right? Then the entire organization is going to be structured around projects headed by project managers, and the project managers have their own staff. So here, this project manager will take care of the projects, and he would be supported by the staff. To look at the details about the projectized organization, this is called as no home. The projectized organization is called as no home. Why? Because see, if this, let's assume this project manager is working on a particular project. Once the project is over, what happens to him? He will be moved to another project, correct? So he keeps hopping from one project to the other. He doesn't have a permanent position or permanent role, right? And hence we call this as no home. So projectized organization is called as no home, right? And the other details about the project manager is This project manager is going to be a project management expert, because regularly the main business is taking care of projects. So he is a project management expert, but he may not be a domain expert. See, today he is working on a project, tomorrow he may work in a different project, and so on. So he may not be a domain expert, but he is a project management expert. And here in a projectized organization, the learnings gets stored in a common repository. So everyone can access every other project managers and their team's learning. So it is available common for everyone. This is about the projectized organization. And then let's talk about the mid-positioned or mid-layer, which is called as matrix. Matrix, we have three types: weak matrix, balanced matrix, and strong matrix. Let us go one by one. Weak matrix organization. If you look at the weak matrix, the look is similar to the functional organization. So in a functional organization, you have the functional managers and you have the staffs reporting under them, right? If you look at the weak matrix, you can look at, you see the same, where the functional managers are there and he has reportees reporting under him. But the difference here in the weak matrix is one of the staff will take care of the project, not the functional manager. One of the staff will take care of the project, right? And this staff will have a dual role. He will have his regular work. Let's take this person does a data entry work. So he will do a data entry work, and at the same time, he will take care of the projects as well. And then this staff do not have any authority over the project. In the sense, he needs to buy some license. He has to get the approval from the functional manager. He needs $100, get approval from the functional manager. He needs $5, get approval from the functional manager. He needs support from the staff of other department. He has to approach the functional manager. The functional manager will reach out to the other functional manager and he would approve, and then he communicates, right? So in a weak matrix, the structure is similar to the functional organization, but the difference is the one of the staff will take care of the projects, but he or she do not have any authority. So now let us look at strong matrix. So when we are talking about strong matrix, if you see the structure, it is like a blend of projectized organization and functional organization. So if you see here, there are a pool of project managers and they report to their own head of the department, like the maybe a project manager's head or a program manager or anything, right? So the designation can be anything, but they have their own head. And now let's take one of the project manager has been assigned for a project. Now this project manager has full authority over the project. So suppose a particular fund budget has been allocated for the project. Let's take like the budget is 10 lakhs. So the project manager is entitled to 10 lakhs. He can claim that and he can use it for the project. He can get license or any physical resources, whatever is required for his project. But when it comes to human resources, the project manager do not have anyone reporting to him, right? So then what will happen when he needs human resources? He will approach the different departments and then he gets the staff to run the project, right? So these staff who he is borrowing from the functional manager, these staff will report to the functional manager, but for this project, in dotted lines, they would be reporting to the project manager. Got it? So these staff will be supporting the project manager for this project. So the project manager has clearly fixed with the functional manager as the time, the duration and everything till when he needs the staff. Got it? So these staff will be reporting to the functional manager, and these staff in dotted lines for this project would be reporting to this project manager. Got it? And depending upon the requirement, they may support only one project or multiple projects. Right? So in a nutshell, what you need to understand about strong matrix is the project manager is, the project manager is going to be a, the project manager has full authority over the project, but he do not have any authority over the staff, where he borrows from the functional departments. This is about the strong matrix organization, right? So now moving to the balanced matrix. So now balanced matrix. So when we are talking about balanced matrix, again, if you look at the structure, it is similar to the functional organization where the functional managers are there and the functional managers have their own team. And here, if you see, one of the staff will be assigned as a project lead or a project manager who will exclusively take care of projects. If you see here in weak matrix, the staff take care of projects and the regular work. But in a balanced matrix, one of the staff who is reporting to the functional manager takes care of the projects exclusively. And this person reports to the functional manager. And in a balanced matrix, the project manager has authority over the project based on maybe certain limitations which has been fixed. Maybe there is a limit like till $1,000 he can spend, or certain other limitations. Till there he can have authority, but beyond that limitation, he may have to, or the limit, he has to get the approval from the functional manager, right? So this is balanced matrix. So now when we are looking at organizational structure, so these are the different organization structure. So why do we look at the organization structure? See, you can understand the authority level of the project managers is based on the organization structure. So from the exam point of view, when they are going to ask a question and you have to decide on the authority level of the project manager, you look at the question whether they have mentioned whether it's a functional organization, in matrix whether weak, balanced or strong, or projectized organization. So accordingly, you can decide on the authority level of the project manager. In case they do not mention any organization structure, then by default, you have to assume it as strong matrix, right? In case they do not mention anything. So in a strong matrix, what is that? The project manager has full authority over the project, but when it comes to human resources, he borrows from the functional departments, right? So this is about the strong matrix, which you can assume for the question in case they do not mention which organization structure they are referring to.